What's up, traders? This video is going to be a bit different from other videos. I've had great success in the last couple of days and even weeks of trading. But today I had a significantly red day. I lost 2 trades in a row, bringing me down 2% for the day. And I quickly wanted to talk about those. So I wanted to talk about the trades themselves, but also how I deal with losses. How I not let those losses bring me down, define me, or just let them mentally impact me. I'm not going to say it doesn't impact me at all, but how I avoid spiraling out of control and making stupid decisions. What this video will be mainly about. So let's cover the first trade I took. The first trade I took was on AU. So I established a bullish bias on AU. I wanted to see a certain daily high go, which I marked up over here. If we go to the daily chart and scale this a little bit, that was basically the high from the 11th of August 2022, which was basically my buy side liquidity. We can see that this leg is going there, and I really thought with the momentum that I saw in the market today that we could take out that level. So my bias was ultimately bullish. Of course, it could also happen that this candle doesn't make it, so the trade, how I took it, I would take 50% off at this internal buy side liquidity. And then higher up, there was more internal buy-side liquidity where I would take another part of the other 50%. And that would be a nice 6.25 hour trade. So what happened? I saw during the London session, we actually broke or swept this level, which was also pretty significant on the 15-minute. Let me quickly pull it up. So we swept this structural low. We swept it, and then I saw a decent reaction right away, which are basically, these double candles right here. So this big bullish engulfing candle right here. As soon as I noticed that, I was interested in longs, but I knew that the New York session didn't start yet. It was still London lunch. So I really didn't make a decision here. I didn't enter a trade whatsoever. So I waited for this level to be swept by the New York volume. It was about to come up, which it eventually did. And then I saw nice equal highs right here. We saw decent displacement going up. And we respected this low ultimately and tapped into this fair value gap and then went up. But as we can see, we didn't have our market structure shift just yet. So I waited, set up my hands. And then as soon as I saw this displacement, I entered on the first fair value gap that I noticed. And unfortunately, this trade did not play out as expected. I didn't really manage anything. When I saw price coming down here, I was thinking that perhaps it would be filling up this fair value gap right here. So I wasn't really worried, and I just stayed in until I noticed that eventually my alert triggered and I got tapped out. And that's the AU trade here. After that, I took another position, this time on GU. And on GU, it was a different story. On GU, I was actually bearish. The reason, and it's funny because GU, it was bullish today. So what I was looking at, let me quickly hide all of the drawings here. What I noticed is that we took liquidity here, and we have been pretty bearish since the last couple of days, right? So we took the liquidity from that high and also from that top high. So what I was thinking is that we were going to target the low of yesterday, or even the low of, what is it, January 18th. That's what I was thinking, but I made a mistake. Today appeared to be a rangy day. So days like this, you would rather sit on your hands, but you cannot know for sure when it's going to be a rangy day, when it's going to be a bullish day or a bearish day. All you can use are the probabilities that you have and what you see on the chart, right? So that's what I did, and I had a bearish bias. I went for it, and it didn't work out today. So let me talk about that trade. What did we see here? I was looking at this, and during London, we created a bunch of relative equal highs, as we can see. And before that, we actually swept the high from the New York midnight. So the daily high got swept right here by this. And at that point, I was thinking that this high would be a protected high. So what was I expecting? I was expecting price to tap into this fair value gap right here, and then move lower. So as soon as I saw the confirmation of that, so these relative equal highs right here, let me mark them out again. As soon as I saw these being violated and I saw a respect of that fair value gap on the left hand side, I then was waiting for a market structure shift in my direction, and as soon as I got that, I actually entered the position. And what happened? Well, we got tagged in, and our price did go up quite a bit, and I just didn't get tagged out, and then the price ran. And I was considering, because I just experienced a loss, I was considering taking partials at this point right here, so at the low, but it never really tagged that. And then we just started rallying back up, and honestly, this was kind of a set and forget trade for me if we didn't reach the low that I just highlighted, so this low. Then there was really nothing that I could take off. If I was wrong with the direction, I would feel it as soon as my stop got hit. And indeed it did, so my trade got invalidated and price started rallying up like crazy. So that's what happened today. Stuff like this just happens, you have to deal with it. And a way of not letting this affect you, a lot of people are asking me, how do you deal with losses? How does it not affect you? It does affect me, right? I mean, losing money, it's not fun, but it's part of the game. Because without ever losing money, yeah, you could simply not be making money. There's always a risk to the trading, you know this beforehand, right? So all you can use are the probabilities. Am I more probable to win this trade, or am I more probable to lose this trade? And if the risk to reward compared to the probability of the trade playing out is profitable, then inevitably you're going to take setups, you will lose them, but in the end you will make a profit. So right now for the week, I'm still up. I'm still up for the week, so I don't let these two losses really affect me. To add to that, as soon as I notice that I take multiple losses on one day and I'm wrong about the direction, I automatically assume, because statistically this is the case, I assume that tomorrow is probably going to be a better day. Because statistically I have a win rate of around 60 to 70% on the setups I take. So inevitably that means that the next setup that I will be taking is probably going to be a winner. It's a bigger chance that this is going to be a winner compared to being a loser. That's for tomorrow. Of course, probability isn't always black and white like that, but that's how I look at it. I try to make something positive out of this. And really emotional impact, I don't feel it. I will not be angry today. I will not be sad today. No, this is just another trading day. I did my job. I traded rationally, cleanly, and professionally. I didn't make any mistakes. I followed my plan. And all I will do today is analyze these two trades and see where did it go wrong. Why did price not move in my favor? And I will use this. I will take screenshots. I will analyze it and annotate it. And I will use these losses as educational material, right? So I will learn from these losses. I paid the market a premium price, so to speak. But what the market gives me in return is data that I can analyze again to then sharpen my edge eventually. And that's how I deal with these losses. You have to always look at it from a positive angle. Losing money is never fun. But like I said, there is never making money without losing it in trading. That's just how it is. And there's always a risk to everything you do when it comes to the charts. Another way of really accepting these losses and not spiraling out of control is by knowing your trading plan, knowing your edge. What do I mean by that? You are trading, let's say, ICT concepts, the way I took these trades today. If you trade ICT concepts and you lose, you can immediately start blaming, oh, the strategy doesn't work, or you just have to conclude that you do not have the right data. If you take a loss and you really feel like it's the strategy or something is off, that purely means that you did not gather the correct data, not enough data to show you that in most cases you would have actually gotten a win out of it. There was a higher probability to win than to lose, but you lost, and that's just what happens. If you're thinking that it's purely the strategy, then I really encourage you to start collecting data that backs these types of setups and these types of entries to then sharpen your edge and be confident in your decisions. If you make mistakes, it happens. I make mistakes, and when I make mistakes, I hold myself accountable for them. Right? You have to hold yourself accountable for your mistakes. But when it comes to today, I didn't feel like I made a big mistake. I followed my setup. I saw equal highs being swept. On both trades, I followed my entry model. I knew beforehand that the AU entry that I took was a big, low probability trade, but I still took it because the winning chance for it, according to my data, is still over 40%, which is still interesting for me. The GU trade, however, I really thought that this was about a 65% chance of winning, and it didn't play out. So that happens. That just happens. This was a quick video about how I deal with it, about my losses. I'm going to be transparent about my losses. I do take him. I'm not some kind of guru that knows it all, that always wins and owns 10 different kind of Lamborghinis. No, I'm really just serious about trading. I'm going to be transparent. I'm serious in trying to educate you people. And I hope to be a part of your Forex journey, or whatever journey. It can be futures, it can be whatever. I really hope I can provide you guys some value and assist you and join you in your Forex journey. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you got some value out of it. If you did, I would appreciate a like. A subscribe would be amazing. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can always join our free Discord server, where there are currently over 50 people in it. And it's a really fun community. So check it out if you want and ask your questions there. The group can answer, or I will get back to you. Okay guys, that's it for me. Thank you. Bye-bye.